Hello, receiving teachers, receiving students, and 7Es. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, before we go on to our lesson topic for today, okay, the strand is number and application. Directed number is the substrand. Learning activity is still the same, 7.1.7. Use directed numbers in concrete problems. We are now on lesson number 46. That's for the receiving teachers. We do have a recap activity. From your previous lesson, you learned something on directed numbers, especially the different signs, and you were taught on using the different sign rules when you are multiplying integers and also directed numbers. So 7Es and the receiving students, you have 3 exercises as your recapping activity. So I'd like you to complete that as a group, and then we will go through the answers together on the PowerPoint. Okay, your recapping activity, it's now on the PowerPoint. You are to work out the answers to these sums. Exercise A, looking up at the PowerPoint, the statement reads, since 3 times 4 equals, you are to write me the answer to this sum. Then, if you are to divide 12 divided by 3, what would be your answer? Okay, don't tell me you have to work it out with your friend. Write your answers on the sheet that you are using. And 12 divided by 4. Then we have B. Since negative 4 times negative 3, get your answer in. Then 12 divided by negative 3 equals. And 12 divided by negative 4. C. Since 3 times negative 4 equals, then negative 12 divided by 3, what would be your answer? And your last one, negative 12 divided by 4. Remember here, I'm trying to get you to use the different rules that you were taught from your previous lesson. Is that clear, 7Es? What would be your answer? What sign are you going to place with the final answer that you will come up with? So you are given 3 minutes to get this exercise completed. In your groups, I'd like you now to complete these 3 exercises. Should be very easy. It's not on any pages. This is just a recap exercise. Remember, in your previous lesson, you were multiplying directed numbers and integers using the positive and the negative sign. Here you can see I am using division. You begin with multiplication, then you divide. This will also test you. Are we reading our notebooks? Are we studying through the book? Okay, we should be finished by now. If you know your times table very well, it should be very easy when it comes to division. Okay, can we go through the answers together now? Put your hand up if you have finished or your group have finished. I've asked you to work in groups, not individually. If you work in group, you should have finished by now. Okay, I will stop you from here. Let's go through the answers. Exercise A, what are the answers to 3 times 4, 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by 4? To the receiving teacher, you select your students to give your answers to exercise A. Now 7 is, can you give me the answers to the first exercise? I will just write the answers on the board. Who has finished exercise A? What is 3 times 4?
$12.
12. Very good. Okay, I will just write the answers down. Then we are going to compare the answers with the one I have on the PowerPoint. Second answer? Joshua? Oh, John?
4.
4. Win?
3.
3. Okay, let's move on. Exercise B. -4 times -3. 12 divided by -3 and 12 divided by -4. Can we have other students? Jubilee? Walter? We got to be fast.
Positive 12.
Positive 12. The second one? Isaac?
-4.
-4. 12 divided by -4. Daisy?
-3.
Come again?
-3.
-3. C. 3 times -4. -12 divided by 3, -12 divided by 4. Ruth?
-12.
-12. Any?
-4.
-4. Florence, the last one.
-3.
-3. Okay, these are the answers to your recapping activity. Exercise 1A, 12, 4, 3. B, 12, -4, -3. C, -12, -4, -3. Let's see if we have the same answers like what I have prepared on the PowerPoint. Do they match? Do they match? No? Look at it very carefully. Okay, you are correct here. I should have -12 here. So your answers are correct, which is good. You now know your rules to adding, multiplying integers and also dividing integers. So using the rules now, you have exercises to complete during our lesson for today. Our topic for today is division of integers. You already know what are integers. They are whole numbers. And in your lesson for today, you'll be learning a lot more on how to divide integers. Okay, we have some main points to go through before you actually do the exercises. Okay, we have dividing two integers with the same sign. The answer is positive. Dividing two integers with different signs, the answer is negative. Don't forget that. You have the rule that you have learned in your previous lesson. Here I have prepared it given as in a written form. The third point, dividing 0 by any integer, the answer is always 0. When you are dividing integers, it can also be written in two ways. It can be written as A over B as a fraction, and also it can be written straight across A divided by B. So in your exercises for today, you'll be doing some exercises basing on this format and also this form here. So these are the four main points that we are to remember. Okay, what we have said can be written as in signs, and the rules are positive divided by positive. What is the answer? Positive. Negative divided by negative. Positive. Different signs. We have positive divided by negative. The answer is negative. And negative divided by positive. Your answer is still negative. Here we are only changing the operational sign, multiplication to, what is this sign? Division. So in your exercise for today, you are dividing integers. So that's the rule for you to use when it comes to the actual exercise. Let's have a look at one learning activity that I have on the PowerPoint. Example 1. There shouldn't be any writing because there is time given for you to write. Simplify the following. -16 divided by +2. So you have an exercise that you are going to use this format or this method here. Step number 1, you are to write the question. -16 divided by +2. -16 can be written as 16 divided by +2. Okay, it is a very simple sum. The answer to this would be, looking at it, do we have the same sign? No. So what would be the sign for our answer? Negative. It's already shown from the screen. Different signs, the answer is negative. Then you do your normal division, which is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Always deal with the signs first, then you do your normal calculation. So that's example number 1. Example number 2. Simplify the following. Negative 20 divided by 5. There is always, in case some numbers, they don't have the sign written, which is positive, but it is there. So when you see numbers like this without a sign, it is a positive number. Negative must always be placed in numbers that you are dealing with. First of all, you are to write the question. Negative 20 divided by 5 or positive 5. Different signs, so my answer is negative, and the answer is 4. So negative 4. So those are the 2 examples that you are going to be following when you come to doing the exercises. Are we ready now to do the exercises? Do we have any questions? Okay, if there's no question, you will now work individually, work on your exercises that I have prepared on the PowerPoint. You will also find the exercises on page 58, student worksheet book. To the receiving teacher, we will now go on straight to the exercises for the students to do. You are given 5 minutes to work out the answers to these 2 exercises. Use the rule that you were taught in your previous lesson. Just a reminder, you are dividing and no longer multiplying. Be careful with the signs used in those 2 exercises. If you are not sure on how to go about the exercise, do not hesitate to ask. Or if you are still confused with the rules, refer back to your previous exercise. Okay, looking around, most students have finished. I will be collecting your books to check through your answers. I know you want me to check your answers. So before we go through that, I will select 2 students to come up and do the working out to the first exercise, B and C, on the board, just to help guide our friends in the room and also our friends out on the field who are watching. So can we have 2 volunteers to come up and show the working out to exercise 1B and 1C. The others, I will collect your books for marking. To the receiving teacher, you can select 2 students to come up the front and show the working out to the exercise or the first exercise, 1B and C. 7 East, can we have John? You come up and show the working out to exercise 1B. Can we have a girl? Teresa, 1C. Quickly. Quickly. Okay, next one. So would you like to explain your answer quickly? Because you've got 2 different working out there. Just go through this. Sorry, Mike, can we have the mic up here? Okay, we should be listening to our friend presenting his answer.
This is how I got my answer. Positive 12 divided by negative 3 is equals to negative 4. Because the rule says positive divided by negative is equals to negative.
Well done. Different signs, the answer would be negative. So whatever answer you come up with, here he's got 12 divided by negative 3. The answer is negative 4. Okay, let's have the answer to 1C. Teresa? One C. Negative 16 divided by negative 4. Okay, quickly, Teresa, go through your solutions to your working out.
Negative 16 divided into negative 4 is positive 4. How I got my answer, the rule says negative divide into negative is.
Okay, well done. She has explained the answers, the working out to a final answer. Negative divide by negative, the answer should be positive. So the same rule will apply through all your exercises that you have been asked to complete in our lesson for today. You have some other exercises in your student workbook that needs to be completed. Do complete that, and I will collect your books for checking and also marking. With that, we will now go on straight to our summary points for our lesson for today. First summary point, can I ask 7Es to read this loud and clear from the screen together?
Dividing two integers with same signs, the answer is positive.
Second point.
Dividing two integers with different signs, the answer is negative.
Third point.
Dividing 0 by any integers, the answer is always 0.
And our last point.
A over B is the same as A divided by B.
A over B is the same as A divided by B. Know how to read your division sums. These are the summary points for our lesson for today. Who can tell us the key phrase for today? Key phrase for today? Can we have only one student? Michael? Quickly.
Division of integers.
Okay, division of integers. That is correct. Our next lesson is on directed number operation. We are dividing fractions, division of fractions. So study through your books. If you know nothing about dividing fractions, you have tonight to read through the rules. Study it yourself first before our actual exercise. So receiving teacher, that is our next lesson topic. Materials needed for the lesson: A4 papers, worksheets, pen or pencils. With that, teachers bring us to the end of our lesson. Thank you, receiving teachers, receiving students, and 7Es for your participation.
You are welcome, Miss Miri, and thank you for your lesson.
Thank you so much.